COVID made us lonely. Learning online became a lonely experience. And that's why there's now an earth-shaking move towards communities, online communities, active online communities, where people want to spend their time, share their thoughts, and talk to each other. But how do you, as an educator, host such a community? First, you need the right platform. I've reviewed a bunch of course platforms in the past, but one aspect that I haven't dived deep enough into is who has the most powerful features for activating a community of learners. So that's what we'll look at now. We'll take a look at two platforms, Kajabi and Skool. Why these two? Well, because Kajabi is what I use to run my entire course business today and what I've used for the past 3 years. It's an all-in-one solution and I love it. And Skool because it's what my friend and successful course creator recommended that I switch to if I wanted to take my course business to the next level. You gotta switch to Skool, he said. Shortly after, Skool actually reached out to me and wanted to collaborate on this video, so that allowed me the time to dive deeper into my growing interest around their community platform. I've tested it for 2 weeks now, created my own community, and watched a lot of videos with Skool's founder, Sam Ovens.
Hey everyone, it's Sam Ovens here.
I'm a big Kajabi fan, but there's just something about these guys. They do what Kajabi tries to do better than Kajabi, and I think there are only about 20 employees. Kajabi is massive, and they recently acquired Vibely and integrated their community features into their platform. This was a huge leap forward from where Kajabi used to be. Now they have all kinds of cool features like points, leaderboards, circles, chats, challenges, and meetups. But here's the problem. My community is unfortunately still a pretty quiet place. We are 350 plus people sitting in a circle and no one's talking. How to get people to talk, participate, do stuff? Simple. They have to have fun. Fun learning is the key to everything else. If you can make it fun, the snowball starts rolling and you'll hit all your other goals as the snowball is tumbling down the hill. So how do you make a community fun? Gamification. Yeah, but Kajabi has that with those points you earn and that leaderboard. Yes and no, because the points you earn inside Kajabi are pointless. You can't use them for anything. Sure, there's the glory of ranking number 1, but really, what's the point? On Skool, you earn points to reach levels that unlock content. It's a game and my people want to play. Skool's CTO actually comes from the gaming industry. He helped create League of Legends. And I heard that Skool spent 3.5 years building their product before they even opened for business. They care deeply about gamification, making learning a multiplayer game, and how that relates to engagement. Engagement leads to learning, learning leads to transformation, transformation leads to better people living better lives in a better world. And the key is fun. Let's look at what Kajabi and Skool do to make the learning experience a fun one. Points versus points. In Kajabi, you do earn points, but the only reward of earning many is that you climb the leaderboard. In Skool, you also earn points, but here the points unlock levels that unlock content, a course for example. I like that Skool's leaderboard focuses on your own path, where you are right now and what the path forward is. Kajabi tries to gamify with points, but to me it feels half-baked. Feed versus community. Posts in the Kajabi feed are somewhat unfolded, a bit like LinkedIn. But I think it becomes a little messy to look at, a bit like LinkedIn. I prefer Skool's simple cards that you click if you're interested. The comments thread is easy to overview, where Kajabi's comments become a little cluttered. And you have to click a lot if you want to see what's going on. Kajabi does one thing that Skool doesn't, and that's private circles. So you can create a feed that only a certain group of people can see, whereas on Skool, everyone can see everything. Skool's feed has a bit cleaner design, but feature-wise they are pretty much the same. Direct messages versus chats. Kajabi's direct messages has the same functionality as Skool's chats, except GIFs. It's funny how I've gotten a ton more chats during my weeks on Skool than my years on Kajabi. Maybe it's the feel. Kajabi's direct messages is in a dedicated room with way too much space. It feels like being alone with another person in a huge room. Skool's chats work as a small box popping up. It feels more casual and makes it easier to break the ice. Courses versus classroom. Skool integrates courses into the community to make the learning experience a more social one. They call it Classroom, and the course creation process is dead simple. You do have to host your videos somewhere else with Wistia or Vimeo on Skool, which is included on Kajabi. but I know that this is something Skool looks into. Kajabi's course viewing experience is nicer and allows for a lot more customization, but you feel kind of alone in there. I love how Skool tried to make the lessons social with action posts. I'll come back to that later. Kajabi does win on features and customization, but Skool has the basics down for sure. Meetups versus calendar. I love Kajabi's integrated live room that you can always go to. It's like a video stream that's always on, and it's where you go to when you want to host your meetups. The recording of each session is automatically uploaded, very smooth. Before each event, Kajabi sends a bunch of email reminders, which makes more people attend. I'm guessing Skool thinks this approach is a bit spammy, so they only send one email the day before the event. After a Skool event, nothing really happens. If you recorded the event on Zoom, for example, you can upload the recording as a module inside a course and call that course Meetups. Not as smooth, but it works. Challenges versus action posts. Learning happens by doing, and Kajabi and Skool nudge people to take action in different ways. Kajabi lets you create challenges that people can join. I've had good fun creating these, and people actually do join and complete them. Skool takes a slightly simpler approach and hasn't created a dedicated space for challenges. What they do instead is that they have something called action posts, where you specify the desired action and people complete the action post by commenting on it with a solution or an answer. You can then pin this post to a module inside a course, and whenever someone replies to this action post, the post will reappear in the main feed so people can see that there's actually life inside those courses. Interesting way to make self-paced courses more social. In Kajabi, you get a ton of points for completing a challenge. It completely breaks the rest of the point system. In Skool, you get 1 point per like you get on your comments on the action post, for example. I'd say the point allocation in Skool is more balanced, and I think it's pretty cool that you can actually use these points for something, unlock levels, unlock content. In Kajabi, you can just make it to the top, and that's it. Apple UI versus Amazon UI. I noticed a stylistic difference in terms of user interface on these two community platforms. Kajabi has what I would call an Apple look, where Skool smells more like Amazon. What I mean by that is that Kajabi uses a lot of space, dedicated views for everything, very clean, very simple. Skool is a lot of those things as well, but they work more with a one-view interface where you can see more at once. It's a subtle difference, but I think it all contributes to more engagement when you can see 4 posts and the leaderboard versus only seeing 2 posts on Kajabi. Maybe it's just me, maybe it's super important. In the process of making this video, I became increasingly interested in Skool. So what I'll do for the next 6 months is that I'll pay for both platforms. The whole landscape of online teaching is changing from alone in a room to together in community. And I really think that Skool has the inside track on this trend. Let me know what you think about all this in the comments. Thanks for watching.